thank you for your patience. It's time for Gradius 2 for PC Engine's Super CD-ROM Squared System version 3.0. So this is like the third system card, which is the one. It's the second to last one, I guess, before the arcade card. This is the same one that Dracula X ran on, which Konami released around the same time. This is such a fantastic port. I tried out the arcade game. I can kind of see what the differences are. I watched Engelbard's video on the differences that he put out a few months back. Really, really good comprehensive video on this game if you're really interested in it. I'm just going to play everything on normal 1-credit score attacks. Continues disabled by default on this game anyway. It's set up for score attack like out of the can. Although you can play really far into it if you wanted to. It's not that hard, and I think it's probably quite a bit easier than the arcade game. The arcade games started to get really steep around this time, like really just like off the rails difficult. 3, the arcade version of Gradius 3 I've described as being just straight out of Satan's butthole. It's just the devil. Whoever made that can go to hell. The SNES version's great though, I love it. Slow down and all, it's still super fun. It's got so much shit in it, so many weapons, and so you can customize your ship. It's an awesome game. It's just the arcade game was just so fucking torqued up that it's ridiculous. And the SNES version has some like enhancements, and some of the art, like some things were redrawn and just look better. So that's another reason why I like the Super Nintendo game better. Some of the bosses, bow heads and stuff specifically, look a lot better on SNES. I always thought this game was too hard when I played it on Famicom, but that was back when I cared more about trying to get through shooters instead of just playing them one shot for score. I'd probably have a totally different opinion on it now. I heard it's actually an easier port than this one, so... Not that I can make it very far. I can make it, I don't know, I already tell you I can make it to the 3rd level. That's about as far as I've made it. So, I mean, that's pretty typical for an arcade-style difficult shooter for me. But I love it. I think it's fun. It's fun to try and get better at. It's real frustrating the way the odds stack against you when you die, and it's, you know, if you make it to 90k, which is not really that hard, I don't think, you earn 2 extra lives. There's one at 20 and then every 70, like most Gradius games. Also, I've never played Gradius 5 for score either, so that'll be a new experience. I've always played it for completion, but we might end up doing both because I love that game so much. I'm a huge Gradius 5 fan. Like, I'll play it anytime. It's one of my favorite PS2 games. It's like a top 5, possibly a top 3 PS2 game for me. I think it might actually be my 3rd favorite PS2 game. I'm just going to go ahead and hit you with the other 2, which are Gauntlet Dark Legends and the Red Star. I barely know which order I'd put those in. There's a little bit of load hitching you'll see here. It's not real bad. Load times in this aren't bad. Old games don't have bad load times very often. Like games, 4th generation CD-ROM games typically don't have long load times. Common misconception that they do, in fact. Because the CD-ROMs themselves were very slow. I mean, this is 1-speed CD-ROM. But you can probably move like, you know, it takes a second for it to seek something and another second for it to move a megabit of data, or maybe a few seconds even. But here's the thing. Even on this expanded card, which I'll talk about here in a second, how the cards work on the PC Engine as well, it only has like 4 megabits of RAM. That's it, or something like that. Maybe 8 megabits. It's a really small number. They got better by the time they did the arcade card, which is a bit more powerful. And I got myself in a bad spot there. Oh, that was the wrong power on. But yeah, so like if you're only pulling that tiny amount of data, you're only looking at a couple of seconds usually. And most Sega CD games don't even have, and most Turbo and PC Engine CD games do not have load screens. They don't even tell you that it's loading. They just kind of freeze up for a second like that. Shit, Sega Genesis cartridges freeze up for a second like that when they're bank switching memory. So it's not even any worse than that. Did I get double speed somehow? I mean, I want double speed. What the fuck's going wrong here? Yeah, if you play even, like, I think some of the earlier examples are even worse too. If you play like Strider on the Genesis, great port, everybody loves it, everyone's going to tell you how great it is because it actually really is. It's legitimately a great port of the arcade game. 90% accurate or something, you know, really crazy. But the bank switching on it causes pretty frequent load pauses, more so than you'd probably see on most CD-ROM games from this time. Like I'm going to tell you, I'm 0 years old, which means actually I'm 100 years old. I just don't have a digit for it. If you've ever seen me take any telemarketer scam calls on my streams, which I like to do sometimes. In fact, I'll probably do that later. When they ask my age, I usually tell them I'm 100. I get pissed off too at them whenever they're like, you being the smartass with me, young man. And I'm like, respect your elders, you piece of shit. I am 100 years old. Fucking deal with it. Just save my game real quick, you know. Oh, did I hide the webcam instead of the thing when I was doing? Whatever. Y'all have seen RetroArch before. It's not shocking. Speaking of RetroArch, emulation, and Gradius, I'm pretty sure I'm going to do Gradius Rebirth as part of this series, which actually does work on Dolphin. It's the only VMware game I can get to work. This is a huge problem. I'm going to bring it up again during that stream, but I'm going to talk about it right now because this is related to game preservation. This isn't just I want to pirate some recent games. It's not even recent at this point. You know, we're talking a few generations back. Poor chance of these games being re-released. You know, it's really, you know, entirely up to Konami, but at the same time, historically, they're going to have to be preserved. And I can't run Castlevania Rebirth or Contra Rebirth or a lot of other stuff I've tried too, like the Alien Crush remake and things like that. They'll get to the title screen and then they like reset or go black or something after that or crash. I don't remember what it is. I think they just crash. I think they crash RetroArch closed, if I remember correctly. I heard it can be fixed by like maybe injecting the VMware into, is that what it's called? VMware? Why am I using that term? What the fuck did they call the games in the store? Virtual console. The virtual console games. Is that right? I don't know if the Rebirth games were that or not. They were WiiWare. That's what I'm trying to call them. If you inject the WiiWare into a like a menu file for the Wii, and then you launch that with Dolphin and like select the games, it's supposed to work. I don't know how to fucking do that though. That seems like a lot of work, but I do want to preserve those games, so I might try to make some sort of menu that has all 3 games in it. At least, you know, to put those together. And then maybe another one for Hudson with Alien Crash and Crash, whichever. And like I think there's a Bonk remake, maybe even like a Hudson's Adventure Island game or something. I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, let's try this again. Oh, did I let the intro play previously? I think I did. Now, see, this is the only part where they have like real instruments. The game uses CD audio that's a recording of the arcade game, I'm pretty sure, which is a good choice here, I think. In fact, that's something that the other games, that's a lot of the other shooters on PC CD get criticized for. Like R-Type, I mean, it's, the remix soundtrack's good, I guess, but I just want to hear the chip tunes, you know, from the PC Engine cue card. TurboGrafx cue card is really good on that game, so like, no reason to fuck with that. And I've seen that same complaint about Darius too, like they would rather just have the arcade soundtrack than what we got on PC Engine. I feel like you can't miss this way from like an authenticity point of view. They use all the other sound channels to do the sound effects and voices, which come across pretty well and sound like the arcade game too. So. Oh yeah, like, and also like the Gradius 1 port, which is on Hue card on PC Engine and Life Force. The resolution wasn't scaled, so that it doesn't fit the screen the same, and so it's pan and scan vertically slightly, which I am not a fan of. I'm maybe a little more vocally not a fan of that than some people, even though there are great games that do it, like the aforementioned R-Type. But this game has so much vertical scrolling in it anyway. Like, I mean, look how much verticality we just saw. And every level's like that, from what I can tell, almost. It's probably not a huge difference, you know. Just a little more scrolling than I can see otherwise. This game also feels smoother to me than the arcade game. I don't know what the exact refresh rate of the arcade monitor is. I can just tell you that it's lower than 60. It's probably like 54, 52 or something. It's noticeable, I'll put it that way. Shield as soon as I can get one here. Might be crucial for the boss phase. Did I overshoot it? God damn it. Pay more attention. Okay, there it is. Now I want to get on the shield slot and stay there if possible. I think this is the boss. Yeah, I gotta get shield again. It's gone. It's gone. Save it at some point there. This is as far as I get, really. I don't think I've ever made it to the boss of this fucking crystalline nightmare we're about to fly into. I don't think I've ever been this fully kitted going through here though either, so who knows. It's gonna make it hurt worse when I die, really. You know how this all works. Not to get an extra man. Did I overshoot it? Fuck. Leave it there. Do not grab any power-ups. Do not grab any power-ups. Do not grab any power-ups. Don't touch those fucking power-ups. You stay away from those. Shit. It's probably not great for your score to not grab the power-ups, but you know what is great for your score is making it further in the game. Staying alive. I don't know if I can destroy these or not. These are really rough. This is where some flicker is kicking in, and this is definitely cleaner in the arcade game, of course. Still though, look how little slowdown. This was really making the Super Famicom, Super Nintendo look weak by comparison in a way, because Gradius 3 does similar stuff with a much greater struggle. Just spitting facts. You say, oh, there's more effects or transparency or something like that. And like, yeah, transparency fucking slows shit down a whole lot, doesn't it? That's why there's plenty of Super Nintendo games that avoid it. Just use cross-hatching or some other effect. Fairly certain I've never seen this before. Oh shit. It comes in from backwards. Damn. Oh, well, this feels familiar at least. Fuck yeah, fuck you. First try. Yeah, I lost a lot of shield, but that's how it go. Just 3 more, buddy. Two more, buddy. Come on. Toss them my way. You got them in you. 1 more, buddy. You can do it. You can do it. I don't know what the fuck all that is about. Please don't bother me with that. I don't know. Oh, he stole my options? Oh, that's super fucking cool. Ah, fuck. Get the speed up, instantly die. There goes, last life. I think you know how this is going down. Alright. Fourth level though. We're breaking into new territory. I bet I won't do that for a long time. We'll do at least one or two more here, and they're going to be shitty. You know they're going to be shitty because they just got a high score. Let's just lay it out there. Is that ever not the case? Do I ever not do shitty after I get a high score? I don't think that's ever happened. Here's the score table. Hell yes. And more than doubled my first attempt. At the tender age of 0. It's ripple time, folks. Ripple time. I really do like the force field better. I understand that the shield lasts longer and can take more hits and probably provides more defense. So it just sounds so much better all around, right? But it only covers the front, and like there's so much stuff that hits not from the front, like in any way. Sucks balls that I missed that last one, but here we are. I'll be going into the boss fight with, probably. So I think I'm going to skip the 2 Game Boy games, though. I mean, I can play them after this. They're not because they're bad. They're really good. I'm just going to do them some other time, probably. There's already a lot of games on this list. I'm going to do, coming up after this, Gradius 3 for Super Nintendo, Gradius 4 for PlayStation 2, Gradius 5 for PlayStation 2, and Gradius Galaxies for Game Boy Advance, and then Gradius Rebirth for Wii, and then that'll be it. We'll wrap it up after that. That's probably even more than I did on the R-Type series. which I need to go back and add more to at some point. I would love to do PC Engine or TurboGrafx 16 R-Type, Dimensions EX, and eventually, I don't even own this yet, but R-Type Final 2. Yeah, there we go. Nice. That's what I really intended to do. I think I wanted to get a shield, and I'm an idiot. I probably blew my chances of that. So, that's where we are now. Stupid and shitty. Guns will be easier if they go up, but not much. You know what I mean? You can't. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck all y'all. Fuck. Surviving, but not thriving, right? That's the best way to describe this. Yeah. And I think maybe score-oriented people would definitely say get the shield because they like to push right up onto things all the time. You know what I mean? If you really know what you're doing. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing though. I don't know what the fuck I hit, and that's crazy that ruined my run. It's crazy that's what happened. Alright, whatever. I can usually beat this boss naked, but it makes everything on the next level a goddamn nightmare. I've died by running into the body after I've killed the boss before, and that drove me to the edge of madness too. That's some of the most unfair, stupid bullshit that can possibly happen. Oops, I may have consumed a third speed when I didn't want to. I don't know. So I'm trying to get used to my movement speed and work with it. Oh, nice little hug they got going there. I probably shouldn't be up here. This is fucking terrible. This part sucks ass. These things come out so goddamn fast and from every direction. I try to get in that bottom right because sometimes there's a blue down there, but that's not going to happen. I can see. They don't want to give me that anymore. Makes it way too easy. Yeah, it sure do. Alright, take a short break here. I'm trying to put in my score. Not that it matters, because it's not all that great. All right, I'm just gonna let it roll from here. I'll be back in just a moment here. I'm almost back here. Here we go. Let's play some more Gradius 2. This game's great. All these games are great. That's why I'm playing them. They're fun. Get you some. I like all 4 options. My favorite is probably 2 and 4 because of their missile systems. I generally like laser better, so I really have to say 2 is my favorite setup, probably. It has those powerful ground bombs, which are rad. The missiles for 4 are even better. They're the two-way rapid shot missiles. Really good stuff. But you gotta use the ripple gun, which is not as good, I don't think. I missed out on 2 power-ups this time. Did extra bad. Really not doing well. Kind of fucking everything up a little bit. At least I'll be able to go into the boss with 1 option. Right. It's a little different. I always just like to leave the monitor on now that I'm streaming from an external source, but I don't like to get distracted by it. More of a profile view going on here. That's why it's going to work, I think. Hey, look, I got both options. Nice. Somehow that ended up working out anyway. Did I say Gaiden when I was listing off these games? Because I'm going to play Gradius Gaiden as well. I'll play it between 3 and 4. I'll give it another shot, especially playing it as a score-based game. It's beautiful and fun, so yeah, all of these games are fun. Galaxies, I think, is... If you like Gaiden, you should play Galaxies. Like, you should check it out at some point, because it's dope. It's just a really good game. It uses a similar graphic style. It's interesting that, you know, there's some... The ones that run on a 3D engine, but mostly use it just for, like, sprite scaling and rotation, which are Gaiden and Galaxies. Well, Gaiden, actually, Galaxies just uses a bunch of sprite scaling and rotation and probably raster effects, but it's very similar in art style to Gaiden, and they're just the most beautiful of their time. I mean, I really like the way Gradius 5 looks also, but that's Treasure, and it just looks like a Treasure game. It looks like Igaruga or something, so it's kind of different. Oh, shit, I should use this power-up. Let's start using lasers. Let's start blazing some fucking lasers. Oh my god, did I roll the power-up? Or oh no, that was just a first. It's like, please tell me I didn't roll that shit. That would be awful. Yeah, I really need that shield. I don't think I'll get it in time, but I do need it. I might be able to make this upcoming part a lot easier though by like spraying the entire screen with shots for both slowdown purposes and it will destroy a whole lot of shit, I bet, with all these lasers. Yeah, that really keeps that shit under control, doesn't it? Boss time? Boss time. Nothing like a fresh shield for boss time. Oh shit. Oh shit. You hit already? Wipe that thing so fucking quick though. That's badass. That's badass. This boss is a pretty tough cookie, but if I go in prepared correctly, it might not be too big of a deal. I almost lost that shield, but we did it again. 4th level time again. Let's see if we can keep it together, though, a little bit better this time, huh? Really, really need to get that shield back in line. So, let's see. Piece of shit. Oh, that's such a robbery. What a bunch of bullshit. Got one of them. What a dick. I'm way less concerned about that, though. off with these shots. Holy fucking shit, what? I feel like once you get here, they're just like, ah, fuck you. Still managed to get, if I just reacted a little bit faster, that wouldn't have went down that way. What? I don't think this is going to beat my old score, but I don't know. Probably not. Not getting clipped there. Second, yeah, that's what I thought. I'm still going to save it, but... Since I'm also in the process of clearing the high score table, right?
Destroy them all.
Wish I hadn't missed that red. Well, ain't that some fucking shit? Look at that. Look at that, man. That is wild. Oh, right here, too. Best part, actually. Fucking A. Hell yeah, yeah, look at all that shit. Yeah, that's bitchin'. Bitchin'. I'm sure there's lots of ways out of this. Sure. What a bunch of bullshit. I do feel like the music in this game is a little too quiet. There's no way to adjust that. I mean, maybe through the emulator I could. Seems fine on everything else, so why bother? And I might just completely drown out the sound effects. Maybe they did it that way on purpose. Alright. Got a little weird this time with the shield. Good lord, I didn't do great. That worked out well. Oh, fuck. That's not good. That's really, really, really not good. I don't even know, man. This is just one of those punishment for doing decent earlier type of shit rounds. This is probably just about the worst round ever. Yeah, I don't. It's weird how slippy the control felt in my last input. I don't know what's going on there. We didn't even move the needle last time. Let's try the same setup, but like where where everything doesn't go shitty and weird. Hopefully, I'd really like to at least see this setup. You know what I mean? Did normal there. Did normal there too, sort of. Kind of, sort of. Got too much shit. And then hit the button late. But whatever. That's where we're at now. Maybe with real hard work and good luck, we can score us an option. God damn. Hard to get an option at this point when you don't have the firepower to put out to kill things that would drop them. Hard to score power-ups. Probably burning the shield pretty hard trying to fight these guys too. Oh my god, there's two of them? I didn't know that ever happened. That's terrible. Second click on the shield. Yeah, things have gotten shitty and weird in a different way this time. Yeah, we'll go in with an option and honestly probably no shield. It doesn't seem very realistic that I will still have a shield. You're going so strangely bad with all the extra 3 dragons. My god. I didn't know that was I've never seen this fucking wild shit before. What the fuck is going on in this game? Like, why is this an entirely different round with entirely different enemies and stuff? Like, what the fuck is... This is crazy, man. This is pretty much fucked. least they didn't cheese me with its death, so I'm making it further even though I scored worse than last time. I collected another power-ups. You know what? It must have dropped a blue or something. It must have done something weird. I should have an option right now. I don't really understand why I don't. I'm guessing it just, yeah, it dropped a blue, and I assumed it was red and mashed the button. Oh, I felt clear on that. I'm really confused. Confused and upset to die in one of the worst, absolute shittiest fucking spots you can die. And again, with the weird sliding down, I think it has something to do with like activating the scrolling, like right as you get near the bottom of the screen or something. The input keeps going and it causes you to kind of slide down. It makes you move an extra notch that you would not move and then slam to the floor. And I've had it happen to me twice. It's basically a glitch in the game. It's just kind of annoying, but. Not really top notch what I wanted, but okay. That's actually happened twice in a row now. Collected too many power-ups in this area before activating, and then fucked myself up. Such a waste, too. The only thing I can really do of use with it is get super high pressure to try and get more power-ups and undo the damage that I already did. Having an option is just way more important than having a shield here otherwise. These guys, these fire dragons, They ain't shit when you've got one option, and they are a goddamn nightmare if you don't. Like, it's a night and day. Do you see that? Do you see how much faster that goes? It's just ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. The difference in damage you do. I mean, it's twice, I guess, but it feels so substantial in this particular situation. Like, the difference between, yeah, I'm definitely going to kill it, or no, I probably won't. So this is over, basically. This will probably be my lowest scoring run ever. They're going to put like 3 dragons on the screen at once, and I'm going to have nothing, no power-ups at all. Oh, okay, well at least we're past that shitty part. I thought they were going to make me fight a bunch of fire dragons, which would be game ending. This is still a really just awful scenario that's setting me up for a lowest score ever, and not on the score that won't make it onto the high score table at all. Finally, probably. Default scores are pretty low. I definitely feel like they're based on like first-time players' scores or something. Yeah, games like this are a pretty good example that cross-gen releases are not a new... I should have taken the option, god damn it. But yeah, like this is on both Famicom and PC Engine. Like, a few things are, you know. And the first game is as well. Oh man. Nope, not gonna happen. Yeah, it was a very piss poor run. No high score at all. Nope, 10th place. I will, if I ever do that poor or worse, I will not get a high score. That was a shit run. So let's save it. I still feel like these weapons deserve a better attempt than I'm giving them. I just, every time I've set these sets, I've activated power-ups in the wrong order or something stupid, which is just bad luck, mostly. Just weird mistakes. Okay, this is turning around okay. I mean, it turned out real awkward there. So every time I've used this weapon set, I've had an unusual amount, like, I feel like an unusual amount of difficulty destroying the dragons. Like, until I get the option. Like, it's really, really bad without the option, and I think it might be because the missiles are shitty or something. And it's good to learn these things about it, though. I'm telling you, this set number 2 is probably the way to go. 1 or 2, but really 2. Oh, yeah, that's some real bullshit there that I've never fucking seen. This is wild. Since I'm somehow getting all the extra dragon spawns this time, maybe I'll get a very high score. I don't know. A dream, can I? I feel like his positioning was extra brutal that round. Like, he kept putting himself at the top of the screen, which is a very difficult place to deal with him. I hope I didn't use an extra speed. No, I didn't. Just didn't have any power-ups, which is good. Let's go ahead and do this. Get that going. What the fuck hit me that took my shield? Well, that was just some blatant shield theft. I've got to go to the tape for that one. I'm sorry, what the fuck is that? Let's check the timestamp. We're at 122. Yeah, I'm going to go back to 121 later and watch that and see what the fuck happened, because that seems righteously bullshit, right? It threw me, it's thrown the entire game off. Like, I can't hardly recover from it. Like, I just don't understand why they stole my fucking shield. What? I heard the ding ding, but there were no fucking shots on the screen. I was not hitting the mesh because I didn't move up and I didn't move down. I did not touch those buttons on the D-pad, I swear to God. What the fuck was that? Like, I really want to know. Like, what the fuck hit me? What a bunch of fucking fake shit. Yeah. It's crazy that it wasn't dying that caused me to get all thrown off. It was losing my shield. And then being so thrown off by that I immediately started dying. Like, it's just... They just fucking stole it. They just outright decided to hit my shield twice with some invisible shots or something that were not drawn on the screen. And then they're like, yeah, you know, your shield's fucked up. Sorry about that. man. Hang on, let me check something real quick. I have to charge my phone. It's not sitting where I can see it. It's barely charged now. I think I'll go ahead and take it off. Probably can't possibly be on here for more than like a half hour or so, but we'll see. Oh, man. Got what buttons do what. Got all sorts of new rough start this time. Rough in new ways, like I said. Find new ways to fuck this up every time I play. Now I'm back up to about average, even though I missed one at the beginning. I usually miss one in that part that I did earlier instead, and I very nearly did. I'll probably do Gradius 3 tonight with zero practice going in. I mean, it's a game I used to play all the time back in the day. One easy with a bunch of continues and lives and shit. I'm doing it completely different this time. Just normal everything, straight out of the can. One credit plays. See that? I think I instantly lost all of my shield. Because they think I ran into something, I guess? I guess, man. I don't know. Your guess is as good as mine. Fuck if I know. Once you got the laser, this shit's a lot easier. Definitely heard the ding there. That's fine though, that's fair. It's such a wild situation. You know, they don't force vertical scrolling here where there is none, so maybe there's not really that much difference in the screen fitting either. I mean, I'm sure it is, like things are slightly different size or something, but it seems to work out well. Maybe a bit of the screen's cropped in a way that I don't see. If I can get more options, that's good. I'm gonna have to take a quick break here though, and I'll be right back in just a moment. Thanks for watching. Alright, so this will probably be my last round on here, but let me, doing really well this time, so let's see how it goes. Wrong button. There's always that acclimating when you come back to a shooter. It's tricky. I could see it, I could feel it coming, but I really wanted that power up behind it. Got too greedy, paid the price. That probably ends this run. It's been a good one. Been a lot of fun. And I'll be back tonight with Gradius 3 for Super Nintendo, of course. I'm not going to play the SA2 one either. I'm going to play the original with all its glorious slowdown. That way I can actually handle the game. Gradius 3 is a hellaciously difficult game if played in the wrong format, especially just playing the arcade version, which is just a nightmare. It's worse than this shit from the beginning of the game. It's so bad. With no power-ups, this is so fucking hard to survive at all. Yeah. Yep. Alright, that's Gradius 2. Gradius 2. Gradius. I'm pretty sure it's Gradius, honestly, but whatever. I'm also going to have to figure out the order on these. I know it'll be Super Nintendo 3, PlayStation 1, Gaiden. Then I don't know after that if we're doing Galaxies or 4 first, or 4 is before. I mean, Galaxies could be anywhere between before 4 to after 5. I know the arcade version of 4 was released in '99, but it probably came out in place. I wouldn't be surprised if it came out on PS2 after 5. I have no idea. It could be any of those things. Anyway, I love these games, and it's going to be a longer series overall, even than the R-Type one was, so buckle up for a whole bunch more Gradius, and thanks for watching.